Good evening, everyone. My name is Adrian, and as Mr. Hirashima-san has introduced, I'm from Singapore. Okay, who has been to Singapore before? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Singapore is a tropical country, very hot. Every day, every year is hot. We only have one season, 夏. We only have summer season. The temperature is between 23 degrees to 34, sometimes 37. Very, very hot. And it's a pleasure to be here today, and really nice to meet all of you. Okay, I have been a travel writer, a journalist all my life, and then in between I was a language teacher. So I've been to Japan about 60 times, and then to Hokkaido more than 20 times. So that's how I get to know Hokkaido, and I really fell in love with Hokkaido. That's why I'm here. I live in Furano right now since June last year. Am I going too fast or too slow? Everybody okay? Okay, great. Okay, let me introduce a little bit about Singapore. Singapore's population is about 5.6 million people. The whole of Hokkaido's people is 5.4 million. So Singapore is Chisai country, very, very small. On the world map, you can't see Singapore. There's only one dot. So we call it the little red dot. So being a small country, but we have a lot of populations. The whole population exceeded the amount of people in Hokkaido. That is why I am here. Singapore has 4 races. Majority is Chinese. Chinese consist about 75%. Then the second largest race in Singapore is Malay. Then we have Indian, and we have some Westerners in Singapore. Singapore used 4 languages. English, but English is not our national language. Malay is our national language because we are surrounded by Malay-speaking countries like Malaysia and Indonesia. So we use Malay as our national language. But I only learned 1 year of Malay in Singapore. So we normally use English to communicate with everyone. However, English is not my first language. Chinese is my first language. English, like you, is only my second language. But we use it very often. So everywhere we go to department store, we go to school, everywhere we speak English. But we speak Singlish. Like Singlish is quite different from the proper English. So we will ask, how are you today la? We like to use la and le or whatever at the end of the sentences. But that is okay. They make us feel closer to each other. Okay, so Singapore has no farm and no mountain. We don't grow a single thing in Singapore. We don't grow vegetables. We don't raise cows or pigs or anything. So all our food has to be imported by the international regions, from the international regions. So that is why when people visited Japan or Hokkaido, they fell in love almost instantly. Because especially Hokkaido has very white land, very, very white land. Singapore is just a city. It's just like Sapporo. We have high-rise buildings everywhere. I live on the 15th floor, so some of them live on the 37th floor. So all are really city life. And like many people from all over the world, now the newest trend is back to nature. A lot of people like to live near or close to nature. Hokkaido is the perfect place for us. So Hokkaido has very beautiful 4 seasons. Spring, you can see sakura, you can see asparagus growing up, you can see red seeds, yellow flowers, and in summertime, the most beautiful lavender and lots of other flowers like sunflowers and everything. And then autumn time right now, end of autumn, that is my favorite season. Autumn is my favorite season. So, and winter, a lot of Singaporeans like winter because Singapore is so hot every day. So they want to go to countries that, are very cold, and then they will wear short sleeve even in very cold temperature. Singaporeans are kind of sometimes very weird. Okay. So Hokkaido has many things attracts Singaporeans, Malaysians, and the rest of the Asian countries, and also maybe Australia and European countries as well. So you have white land, very beautiful land. You have very beautiful 4 seasons, but those are not the number 1 reason that attracts Singaporeans to Hokkaido. Can you guess what is the number 1 reason that attracts Singaporeans to Hokkaido? Anyone? Yes, that's a good answer. Number 1 reason is food. Singapore, last year, we have Sanju Hachiman Ni. 380,000 tourists come to Japan. And then out of the 4 main islands, Hokkaido is number 1 destination for Singaporeans. That means they like to come to Hokkaido the most. And the number 1 reason to attract them here is because of food. Food being vegetables, being seafood. They like long snow crab legs. They like it a lot. Okay, so the other reason is the air quality in Hokkaido is so good. Singapore used to have a good air quality, but recently our air quality was badly affected by the forest fire. Have you heard of forest fire from Indonesia? That means when they finished harvesting their farm, they burned everything. So the smoke was so strong that it flew from Indonesia to Singapore to Malaysia to Thailand even. So air quality is another important that can attract Singaporeans to Hokkaido. And there are many other things too. And the service. Service in Japan really touch our hearts, really. Be it at the JR station, be it at the hotel, be it at a convenience store. Sometimes I encounter many times. When I ask for direction, they found that it's very difficult for them to explain to us. So they will bring you there personally. So that really touched us. That kind of service. In Singapore, very fast-paced lifestyle, you seldom, I think maybe 1% you can find people like that. But I encountered so many times in Japan, in even Osambambe. I was trying to look for Osambambe Onsen Hotel. And I was walking, it was snowing, and I just went to a store and asked. And that owner just leave the shop and use his car and send me there. So those things touch our heart. So when we went back to our country, we will talk about this. And then this will impress people, word of mouth. That means before they came here, they already heard so many good things about Hokkaido, about Japan. So service is the treasure and the most rich resources, one of the richest resources you have. Okay, and then another thing is people. People here in Hokkaido especially are really friendly, and then they try their best to communicate with me. cannot speak Japanese language. Maybe my Japanese language is only 10%. I only know certain things, the directions, or maybe simple things. But they try their best to communicate. So people are also a beautiful scenery in the whole of Hokkaido. And then, like I said, back to nature. Let me show you this. Can I get it work? During my travel, I took some photos. So, but I have been traveling for 6 weeks before I came here today. So I only have very short time yesterday to make this PowerPoint. So please excuse me. Well, like I say, many people now looking for the lifestyle is back to nature. That means they want to be close to nature. They want to be able to walk under a lot of pine trees. They like to walk near the river, which Singapore do not have. Okay, so for tourists to come to Hokkaido, in Asahikawa especially, farm tours will be one of the attraction, and then fruit picking like in Minami Orchard. We picked grapes. So 11 of my friends visited Minami Orchard in September, and that was the most fun time to them. You know, being able to cut the grapes and be touching the grapes. That's so fun for them. Okay, let's see. So this is Hokkaido is full of beautiful flowers. So back to nature. So Singaporeans want to bring their children to be able. This is a photo taken in Tomamu. So this is actually the ski slope, but in summertime it becomes a playground for children. And this is also in Tomamu. So you just walking in the green environment, and with maybe 19 or 14 degrees temperature. That is just so nice for strolling along in the forest. This picture was taken at Asahidake. I think it's the Asahidake. From the roadway, and there were path walking. People were walking. So Singaporeans will love places like this. This is also Tomamu. This is Minneapolis, one of the restaurants. To be able to dine, to eat breakfast or dinner in surrounding like this is a plus for Singaporeans. We love it. Yeah, the Ongkai. This is the beauty of nature. This is what we cannot see in Singapore. So many of them, they are willing to travel all the way to see this. Sea of Clouds. I have a few, I went there many times. That's one of my favorite places. So I took quite a lot of photos about it. This is another photo of Ongkai. Another thing Hokkaido has and we don't have is onsen, hot spring. Hot spring can do miracle. Let me share with you a story. My best friend from America, Lisa-san, just left for Tokyo yesterday. So I sent her to Asahikawa Airport, and then 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I can't remember, we wanted to climb Mount Fuji. But she didn't have the jacket because Mount Fuji is, the altitude is about 3,000 over above sea level. So I lent her my jacket and equipment. I waited her at the 5th station, so she went mountain climbing. And then she went for so long. I was worried. I was waiting at the base. I was so worried. And at around 2 p.m. the next day, she went up at around 6 p.m. And the next day, 2 p.m., she came down. She was like this, I'm not going to climb any mountain anymore. It's so tiring. But we stay at a very nice onsen hotel. It's called Onsenji, very near Kawakachigo, something. Yeah. And then after she soaked into the onsen, and then she slept immediately, And then the next day, we went to Nikko because we had JR pass. We went to Nikko, and then we climbed another mountain. So onsen really release the tiredness or the stress or anything from your body. So that is a real life example of the effect of onsen. And then I love onsen, any kind of onsen, every part of Japan. Okay, so I tried a hot sand bath in Ibusuki, Kyushu. I used to have a backache because I do typing so much. And then I tried a black sand bath at Ibusuki, and 3 times it cured my backache. It's a miracle again. Sometimes it's difficult to share with other people, but I think my Japanese friends will be able to understand me better. Okay, let's move on to the other one. Is this familiar? Okay, now Singaporeans are very stressed. In schools, in work, everywhere. Singapore is the most expensive city in the world. Everything is so expensive, so everybody have to work very hard, so very stressful. So newest research saying that be close to horses can take away your stress and really give you energy. So this will be a place I would like to introduce. So because of Hiroshima-san, I visited Clark's Horse Gardens many times. Thank you. So I didn't know you were coming. So coincident. I just put the photo in there, and not only one. Yeah. Oh, another one also from Clark's Horse Garden. Have you been to Clark's Horse Garden? Who has been to Clark's? Yeah, that's great. That's great. Next time we go together, huh? Yeah. So even for young people, to be close, not only children, to be close to horses is good. Actually, I was an educator before. I teach very young children from 4 years old to 12 years old. And then because Singapore live in tall buildings and live in apartments, apartments are very small. So the space for children to be able to play around is very limited. So lately, in the past 5 years, it developed a lot of children has ADHD. Do you know what is that? That means they may be autistic, or maybe they are very agitated, or maybe ADHD. Okay. Research say that being close to horses can cure autism. So I purposely brought up this one. Okay, and then Hokkaido has so many flower farms, beautiful, beautiful flower farms, stretching from June to even now. Okay, so I love flowers. So whenever there's flower, I love to go. So I took a lot of photos about flowers. This photo was taken at Rokugo. Rokugo on top there is an observation lab or something. Yeah. And I love this, what do you call that? Moksu? Moksu. Right. I really love them. Whenever I see one, I have to stop and take photo. Yeah, this is another one from Rokugo. So lavender, you must be very proud of your lavender flowers, right? Hokkaido has the largest, the biggest lavender field in the whole of Japan. Okay, I think we have to thank to Mr. Tomita. So I got to meet Mr. Tomita 2 times, At that time, that was 10 years and 8 years ago. I was doing FIT tour, just backpack, and I met him. At that time, I couldn't speak Japanese, but I went because I was a journalist. So journalists, sometimes you talk to people, always. So I went up to him, I said, oh, I read about your farm so much, and thank you. Thank you for not collecting entrance fees, because it's free for everyone to go. So that is really big heart. That is the man that I really admire. So I talked to him, I met him twice, and last year he passed away. I went to his memorial. I really thank him. Thank him for, keeping lavender as his career and not changing it into a melon farm. So that nowadays we still got a chance to see lavender at the beautiful Furano area. So, as a journalist, I went to Farm Tomita. I stayed like 4 or 5 hours there. So I saw lavender harvesting. It was so fun. So I went down to them. Can I take photos of you all? And then I got this photo. It was published on the biggest Chinese newspaper in Singapore, this photo. And have you seen this before? They were hanging, they were drying it. And then before they mix it into essence, okay? Lavender harvesting. That is one thing that Singaporean will be crazy about it, will love it so much. All my friends love to do this, but harvesting timing is very short, only like 1.5 months. Not everyone can do that. That's me. This is the most beautiful. All the posters and promotion materials have this. This is Tsukishai no Oka. Another place that I like a lot, Bie. A lot of flowers. I'll go very fast because these to you all are very familiar already. So, but to us, it's really the wow thing to us. Oh, another thing about farm harvesting, that is also to us is a scenery. It's not a job. It's not a job for someone. For us, lines like this, these are really beautiful. So this photo was given by maybe Hanae-san. But we got to take some photos of this 2 days ago at BA. This is another one. This is what I like. This is, we cannot see views like this in Singapore. And then views like this is important for youngsters. It will open up their eyesight, it will open up their heart, and then open up their intelligence and intellect to absorb new things. So many Singaporeans like to bring their children over here. Okay, then the tallest, the highest mountain in Hokkaido, Asahidake, my favorite. I think I have been to Asahidake maybe more than 12 times. I have seen summer and then seen this is autumn view and winter. Alpine plants. Alpine plants to us is new. In this case, we can explain to children why alpine plants are very short and not tall because of the wind, because of the altitude. Arashi Yamazu, Asahi Yamazu. Yeah, Singapore has a very nice zoo too, but it's a different setting. Our zoo is in the forest. It's really nice. And then you go to the zoo, it's like you're walking in the nature. But our entrance fees is so expensive. It's like more than 2,500 yen for one person. Yeah, but it's a nice place. If you ever visit Singapore, please go to the zoo. It's really nice. And then the zoo in Asahikawa, I was touched by the story because maybe more than 15 years ago, the zoo was nearly bankrupt. And then you all had a campaign that saved Asahi Yamazu. So now it has become the most visited zoo in the whole of Japan. So that makes a good story when we explain to Singaporeans who visit your place. So, and then you have this tube that this is really interesting to Singapore kids. They like this a lot. And of course, your penguin parade. That is even me. I love it. Every time I see, I just chase all those penguins and walk along. Although weather was very cold during that period. That's the penguin walk that we like. So it will start mainly in December until almost no more snow. March. Yeah. So yeah, Singapore's school holiday, the longest school holiday starts from middle of November till the end of December. So there are 6 weeks that they can travel. And Singaporeans during that period, we call it year-end holiday. Half of the population will go out of Singapore and go sightseeing in other countries. Because Singapore is small and we have tall buildings, that's all we can see. So if we stay in Singapore all the time, maybe a lot of people will get crazy, will go crazy. So they need to go outside. And Singaporeans love to go. Whenever they have time, they'll go to Malaysia, they will go to nearby countries. And then only long holidays, like 6 weeks and 4 weeks in June. In June, we have another 4 weeks holiday. That is end of May until the 3rd week of June. So during these 2 long holidays, they travel out. More than 3 million people will travel out. Okay, and then they like to come to Hokkaido because at that time they can play with snow. Although a lot of us, I think only 5% of Singaporeans can ski. A lot of us cannot ski, but we like to go to a ski resort to feel the cold. This is Asahikawa. So Asahikawa is unique in a way that you have a lot of rivers, a lot of kawa, and then you have a lot of beautiful bridges. Hashi? Yeah. Okay. So actually, because I have good friends here, so I tend to like Asahikawa a lot too. Asahikawa station is my favorite because you produce a lot of good wood furniture. From in this station, from ceiling to the wall, to the floor, to furniture, all made with very fine wood. And I love wood. So I always like to go to Asahikawa station. This is near Songkyo place, yes. Was it affected by typhoon lately? Yeah. This is what? Mori. Anybody know about this? This is. Morino Garden. Yes, Morino Garden. These chairs are made of very nice wood, and you just put there, just sit there. It's so relaxing to us. So it's a good way to de-stress. So any place that you have healthy food or in any way can help de-stress, it will attract Singaporeans. Kaimono Street, right? Singaporean #1 reason to come to Hokkaido is food. So must bring them to this street. This street has history. It's a historical street. The #1 pedestrian only shopping street in the whole of Japan. Hey, Asahikawa, really impressive. And every time I go, I like to go see him and the cat. Now the rest, I have prepared many photos of our food, so you can see how Singaporeans love food. Melon is one of our favorite. Do you know how much a Japan melon costs in Singapore? Anybody want to guess? I will give you 3 answers, okay? In Singapore dollar. $10, $50, or $180. 3 choices. Who says $10? Put up your hands. $50? Put up your hands. $180? Put up your hands. No, all of you know. It's $180. Can you imagine? $180 is almost me money. One melon. And being a reporter, a journalist, I was curious. So at one time, at Isetan supermarket, I really stood there and waited and see whether people really buy it. And there were people buying it. People bought it. Yes. To me, $180? No. We can get it.
You forget one melon at my house.
Yes, doesn't matter. They want Isen yen. We can get Isen yen melon here, and very sweet, very happy. But $180, that's too much. Oops.
What the last one?
Oh, do I have enough battery? It doesn't matter actually. I have lots of photos. No more battery. Sorry.
No battery?
No battery? Really? Oh. Let me see.
You have
Interval for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5分休憩を。
I have been speaking too fast and too long, so please take a rest.
結構わかるじゃないですか。思いません？なんか思ってたよりも多分わかると思うんです。彼女もわかりやすく喋ってくれてるし、それはなんか菊池さんとか聞いてるとすごいわかりやすくなる。僕もすごい彼女と話してすごいよくわかるのは、僕らが子供向けの番組を見て僕らが普通に喋ってる言葉なんて使ってないじゃないですか。映画も子供向けの映画、エルコミックとかそういうのはすごい簡単な英語を使ってて、同じように彼女も当然簡単な英語にしてくれて、だから分かんないんだよねって思って聞くと分かんないんだけど、分かんないってはっきり言うと簡単な英語にどんどんしてくれるので、僕は彼女との出会いはすごく大きかったです。あ、いいですよ。
Yeah, maybe yesterday I was working. I thought you told me you.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. My computer is more considerate than me. They know that my audience need a break, a short break. Oh, already.
Already?
Your 2 pins is fine. We will restart. No problem. Did I go too fast? Did I talk too much? This is my Front page. Yeah. So how do we do Okay. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
It's better. So you step to.
Okay. 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 Yeah. I will do it very fast because I think time is almost up. Okay, so corn is one thing that is so different from Singapore. The corn here, how come it's so sweet? It's so sweet. And you can eat it like fruits to us. Okay, so this is also a very good attraction. What is this? Sake. Sake. Yes, sweet sake. Okay, let's do it very fast. It's drunk. Okay, let's forget about the photos. I put a lot of food photos in there. So just to conclude, Singaporeans' number one reason to come to Japan and to Hokkaido is because of food. So if you have good food, you have good transportation. Oh, okay. Whoa. Cheesecake. Cheesecake is the most this is curry from Park's House Garden again. And this cheesecake is from Furano Delis, one of my favorite. Last year, June last year, our Prime Minister, June this year, our Prime Minister Lee Hsien-loong went to this cheesecake shop in Furano. And cherry picking is so attractive to us. Okay. Oh, Haskap. Yeah. I got to know this at Rokogo when I interviewed the owner of the farm, and then he told me about all the vitamins and all the goodness about this fruit. And I volunteered. I said, and he said it's very difficult to find people to help him pluck this haskap. I said, I volunteer. Don't need to pay me. He said, no, you cannot. You will eat all my haskap. These are potato flowers. Yeah, these are potato flowers. I don't know whether it is potato flowers. To us, these are very new to us. And then we don't have chestnuts in Singapore. So to me, it's new too. I didn't know chestnut is from this spiking shell. Okay, and then crab leg dinner is a must for Singaporeans who visit Hokkaido. And this is soybean. Soybean. Okay, soybean. We didn't know soybean is look like this also. So to us, is really interesting. Singaporeans are very health conscious. So too much deep fried things, it won't work. Steamed pumpkins, potato like this, healthy, they really welcome. These are a lot of veggie. Singaporeans are really health conscious. And these are some of the photos. Cheese. Oh, Asahikawa has good furniture. So, like mushroom chair, like this animal chair is very attractive. I have friends who wanted to come and say, he want to take 2 mushroom chair and then, bought the plane and bring home. Festival is one thing that will attract people. Festivals. You have lots of festivals in winter, snow festival, summer, Hanami. These are very nice festivals that will attract Singaporeans. Jinja. Singaporeans, be it different religions, is fine, but they like to take photos about shrines. Okay, quickly. This is one of the places that I like a lot. Takushinkan. Lots of beautiful photos in there. This photo was taken 3 days ago. This is Seonkyo. Seonkyo is a gorge. To Singaporeans, because we don't have mountain, of course we don't have gorge. So it's good to bring them to places like this to see. This one is Kurodake, the ropeway, and then this is ski. We went up there, and then I took this picture because of this shadow. It was me there. Okay, so places like this, winter scenery, winter wonderland, any place, any corner will attract Singaporeans. They will love it. This photo also taken a week ago. This is a family of a Taiwan family. They were bringing the very small kids up to Asahidake. So if you have good scenery, if you have nice food, if you have nice service, people will come to Hokkaido. Now, no, we can shorten. I can check in my luggage from Singapore and collect it in Chitose. Because of this re-check-in luggage thing, a lot of Singaporeans prefer to fly to Thailand and then come direct instead. So right now, with this Scoot new route that flying from between Chitose and Singapore, I think you will attract more FIT tourists, and then as maybe 2 times more often than before, because right now it's so convenient. That is why my last media trip early this month, they discussed with me, do we go to Tomamu? I said maybe we need to explore new way. So we went to Risiri Island and we went to Wakana. So we have 8 of us in the media group. Everybody is so impressed because we have been to other parts of Hokkaido so many times already. So the kombu, the uni, and the strong wind in Capsoya. Let me demonstrate for you to see. That day, the wind was extremely strong. We were walking, and then the wind was so strong, we were automatically had to, back up. And then I fell and sat on the ground. Another reporter fell, and her mega flew away, cannot find. So when we came to Asahikawa, I had to go with her to Fuji Mega to make a new glasses. That's true. And then we went there 15 minutes before the closing hour. Fuji Mega at Asahikawa station was so kind that they say, oh, the fastest to collect your mega is tomorrow. But at the end, they work extra time and make the glasses for us on that night, just maybe 30 or 40 minutes later, before we told them we were the media. So that is the kind of service that touched us. And of course, this reporter, when she went back to Singapore, she will write something about this. And then more people will, okay. Because scenery, food, and other things may inspire you through your senses. But through these small little stories that really touch your heart and bring people back.
僕じゃないんですけど、僕は韓国から見たらよく分かってるんですけど、北海道に来てる外国人がダントツ台湾、中国が多くて、で今韓国が少し減って、でその次に、タイが来てシンガポール。シンガポールはその頃はまだダイレクトフライトが全くなくて、全部東京で乗り換えてきて、それでもそんだけの数がで今年の10月にスクートっていうのが台北に経由するんだけど一応ダイレクトフライトで一つに入りますので。 これまでのツアーとか団体ツアーじゃなく、個人で LCC の個人でシンガポールの人が帰れるようになる。で高校生の子とか中学生の子がいるので、ちょっと勉強してほしいのが、今ニュースでタイの王様死にましたという、それが僕らにどんな影響があるかと、今北海道に来てる4番目に多い国が確かタイで、王様死んだのでタイの人来なくなる。ってことはタイの人が来ててお金を落としてくれた分が減っちゃう。でもシンガポールは新しい路線に来ます。じゃあタイの人たちが減った分、シンガポールの人に来てもらうにはどうすればいいんだろうってことを考えると、ニュースって全部関わってるんだよってことがよくわかると思うんですよ。彼女の話もそういうそのスクールが今来ました。だから新しい路線に来たので、その路線に飛行機会社もいっぱい乗ってほしいから、彼女に頼んでメディアを発信に連れてきて、彼女がメディアを紹介してる。でもただ紹介してるのは僕らもやってたんだけど、彼女はネイティブのシンガポールがシンガポーリアンに対してアピールしたんで、多分今回のすごい成功だと。そういうことが今少しずつ動き出している。彼女がここに住んでて、ここを大好きになった人がネイティブで説明してくれるっていうのは、もう僕らにとってすごく大きなチャンス。彼女がそうなるように裏でこそして表ではやれないので、僕は観光家じゃない。
There is another area, maybe we can look into. I am the only Singaporean who is living in Buranonya, and many of my friends got to know the scenery, the food, everything through my Facebook, and many of them wanted to do like me. Okay, so maybe the next phase of tourism for Hokkaido is to introduce long stay in Hokkaido. So that is another big option that we can explore.
移住者を5人集めるより5軒の家を作って1年交代で海外の人を呼んでくるっていうことを考えてて、お金が落ちる量が半端でないんですよ。同じコストかけてるっていう。いろんな方法はあるけど、単純にね、ジャパニーズの話トランスファー。Group to Singaporeans for 1 year or 1 year change to each.
Because I heard Hokkaido population is going down. So Singapore, same. We faced the same population decrease problem 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Singapore had started immigration from China, from Taiwan, from India, from Philippines, many. And then our population, higher population is one way to bring up the economy. Because people come here, they spend, they buy houses, they buy cars, they spend, and they worked. And then you have more manpower. And then it is...
Teacher, I think your speech is finished and go to your dinner time.
Okay, thank you.